Shake test part 2. With the second shake test, I actually drove up to Minnesota from Missouri. It was a little bit over 9 hours to get up there, but I needed to get some tools and prepare, for the future whenever I'm ready to start my shamanic journey. And at this point, I think it was only a few months since I did my first shake test. Maybe 1, 2, 3 months after, because I was already ready to start, but I needed another confirmation. It's always good to do at least 2 or 3 shake tests just to really confirm and be open-minded when you're trying to find your shaman master or your seafood. So now that I already had a taste of what it feels like to shake and to allow your spirit guides to shake you, I was a little less nervous, but because it took me so long to shake the first time, I was worried that it was going to take the same amount or maybe even longer the second time. But also I was pretty confident that maybe it might be shorter, just because I have that connection with my spirit guides now. So it's kind of like waking up my spirit guides from their sleep. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like we're one now. And so I wasn't too worried, but again, I was so stressed out the last time that I didn't know what to expect for the second one. Before I did a second shake test, I actually noticed that this shaman master, she already have done some shake tests when she was in Minnesota. She's actually not from Minnesota. She flew to Minnesota to help her students and people in that area. And so I noticed that she already did some shake tests when she was in Minnesota. So, which kind of makes sense because, I'm going there for the same reason. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I saw some videos that she posted of her doing shake tests for some potential students. What really stood out to me was one of the student, when she was doing her shake test, she actually got up on the bench and she was jumping on the bench. And I don't know why, when I saw that video, I had a feeling that I'm gonna have to do that. And I'm actually friends with this particular student, so I was kind of messaging her. I'm like, oh my god, did you jump on the bench? I don't want to jump on the bench. And I don't know why I was so nervous, because the last time I didn't get on the bench. I didn't jump on the bench. I didn't feel the urge to get up on the bench. But watching her video and talking to her, I feel like I need to also jump on the bench. And I was telling her, I'm like, I don't know how you do it, but I can't do it. I'm not going to jump on the bench. I don't know how you did it. And yeah, that's pretty foreshadowing right there. And I keep feeling this urge, you're gonna jump, you're gonna jump, you're gonna get on the bench, you're gonna jump. And I was so stressed out because I didn't want to, but I had a feeling, but I still didn't believe it because I didn't do it the first time. I didn't jump on the bench the first time. So I was really doubting, myself, and I didn't think that was going to be possible. So it was the morning of the shake test, and I brought my husband with me because he actually drove up to Minnesota with me. So he was there to kind of support me and to be my support if anything happens. And so the shaman master, she started hitting the gong. She was hitting the gong, but this time she was actually soft-spoken, because for my first shake test, my seafood was yelling and trying to encourage my spirit guides to shake. But with this particular shaman master, she was very soft-spoken and she was encouraging my spirit guides to shake. And I think I shook right away, maybe within 5 minutes. It didn't take me 30 minutes. It took me maybe 5 minutes. I started shaking. And yeah, I started shaking right away. And then the surprise came. I heard my guys telling me under the veil, and I wasn't seeing anything, by the way. I did see a little bit of light, but again, I wasn't sure if it was just a room light or if I was actually seeing light through my eyes, because I had my eyes closed like this, but then I was seeing some light too. But I did hear my spirit guides telling me Shala na, Shala, Shajin la, Shala, stand up, stand up, stand up. And I was a little bit hesitant at first because I wasn't sure if that was just me or is that my spirit guides, but I can hear it through the gong too. And I heard the shaman master telling me get up too. And so with all of these signs and all these voices, and I don't know, I knew that I had to get up. And so I stood up and I started shaking and moving around, and I feel like I was a little bit more in control than how I was the first shake test. And yeah, I was shaking, moving, kind of going back and rocking back and forth. And I don't know, I feel like something was missing. Like, I feel like I needed to do more. And you guess it, I need to get on the bench, okay? Because I can still hear my guys like, Shalana, Shala, Shala. Like, you know, like, get on the bench, get on the bench. Because they wanted me to go higher. It's like, okay, like, yes, you stood up, but you need to go higher. Like, we need to go higher. And so I knew that I knew I had to get on the bench. And at this point, I didn't know if I needed to say anything, you know what I mean? So I just like got on the bench, and you know, the shaman master, her student, and my husband was kind of caught off guard. And so the shaman master had to tell my husband to grab my pants to lift me up to the bench and hold me. So that was kind of happening in the background while I was jumping pretty aggressively. And yeah, I just ended up jumping on the bench. My husband was holding on to me to make sure I didn't fall. I was kind of scared too because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how long I was supposed to do this, but it went on for a while. Like, I was jumping for maybe about 15-20 minutes. And I was kind of waiting for the shaman master to tell me to just come back, you know, come back home, come back from the trance, but she didn't say that. So I didn't know when to stop. And then at that point, I started slowing down. I came back down, and the shaman master told my spirit guides to come home, take me back home. So in that case, I came back home, and that was it. So at this point, I already done 2 shake tests, and I think that was enough for me because I didn't want to travel anymore, and I didn't want to keep looking and keep testing myself just because I already knew who I wanted as my master. My spirit guides already shown me signs. They come to me, ask my sifu like almost every freaking night. So I knew that they wanted sifu because they always disguise as her to me, and they even warned me to hurry up and ask her to be my master before it's too late. And that was that. So I did 2 shake tests before I started my shaman journey.